Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is PJ. As you can see that inside this most of our video we used to drop daily updates on step index 201 minutes. As you can see, this is step index 201 minutes. So I want to show you another powerful strategy that you guys will be interested in, and I want to show you how to make use of this particular indicator to identify every trade. You can see all these arrows that you are seeing here are not reprint indicator. Once they appear, they stay on the chart permanently. That is how they stay on the chart. So to get this particular indicator is very simple. All what you just need to do is to join my Telegram group and reach out to me, and you are going to get access to this indicator, but it is not for free, guys. So let me show you how to make use of this particular indicator. This indicator works on all step index, and it also works on all boom and crash. So as you can see, we need to first identify the trend of our market, which is going to be our higher high, our lower low, our higher high, and our lower low. So once you can identify your higher high, your lower low, and you can see that from your lower low there's going to be a breaker OB there. So once you have your breaker OB, then you are good to go. I've already told you guys that what you are going to be looking most of the time in this particular trade is your breaker OB. Where it appear determine whether your trade is going to go or reverse. So like what we see now, we have our uptrend here, our higher high here. We have our lower low, another higher high here, but we can see that this particular level we have already have our breaker OB appear at this particular level, and we can see is a confirmation for us that this particular trend is going on a downtrend. So what we need to do is to wait for the market to reverse back to this particular level and do what you want to do here, then come back again to this particular breaker OB. Then we can easily enter our market at this particular level. Once you can see that this particular indicator has already turned to breaker OB, then you are good to go. Your entry level will be where I marked as an arrow here, where I marked there. So this will be our confirmation entry. So you can enter your trade from this particular level and wait for your SMS level, and your first BMS, your second BMS, then you can close your trade. That's up to like 120 pips to catch up your trade. So you can easily do that. So this is the same strategy you are going to be watching in most of the video. These are the same strategy you are going to be checking in every of the strategy. So you can see this is the first confirmation of the lower low, our lower low. Then you go again and check for your higher high. You can see we have another higher level here before the market go reverse on this particular zone. You can see this go on a high level, and it break down to this particular zone, and our entry confirmation is going to be when it break this particular breaker OB. When it break this particular breaker OB, then you are going to take your market on a uptrend level, because we're already on a uptrend level. So you are going to take your market from this particular level on the uptrend level. So you can decide to close around this particular area, but it is very sure that you are still going to be entering up to like 10 to 15 candlestick within this particular area. So that is the best confirmation entry for you to enter your best trade. That is the best confirmation entry. And also we have another one here currently. Now you can see we have our first confirmation. You can see the first confirmation does not give us a breaker OB level. You can see that it does not give us a breaker OB level. Even if you wait for it till you have your trade breaking it over at this particular level, you can still enter for little profit, but it is not too much. That will be our BMS 1, our BMS 2. But the second confirmation level is what is making sense, guys. Here is what is making sense. You can see this is the second confirmation entry. This is our lower low again. Then we go again, we find our higher high level where we have our breaker OB. We can see what our breaker OB did. It appeared at this particular level. Then there is a little pullback. Then we wait for that particular price to break that particular breaker OB. You can see Once it break that particular breakout B, then we are good to go. So your entry level will be somewhere around there, it's going to be somewhere around there. You can see what the market did. The market still achieve our BMS1 and BMS2. So that is how to make use of this particular indicator. So this particular indicator is 100% accurate only if you wait patiently for this our breakout will be to what to appear, and once it appeared, then you are good to go. Like what happened here, you can see this is where our breakout will be shown. The market reverse a little bit, then come back to that same zone, then this particular level will be our what, our downtrend level, because we are dealing on a downtrend level. So it's going to be on our downtrend level. So that is very simple. So guys, this is how this particular indicator work massively for me, and I believe that if you guys can try it also, it will surely work for you. All what you just need to do is to make sure you understand the concept of this indicator. So and most of the time you can also try it on your step index, normal step index, and it has worked so well on it. And you can see, let me show you another example of this. You can see this is step index 100, and this is our lower low here, and we are looking for another rejection zone, and we can see this is our higher high. We reverse back to this particular level, and what we notice at this particular zone is that we have our breakout will be zone. So now on having our breakout will be, now we can detect to what to enter our market where our price break it over this particular zone. You can see that if you enter your price, your entry at this particular zone, you are going to be making another massive profit up to this particular level, So it might not be much, but these are the things that are consistent and is working, guys. And also you might decide that after that particular zone of taking your B1 and B2, there's still going to be a lot of pullback, there's still going to be a lot of crash down in the market. So it depends on how you study your own algorithm and study your own indicator. That will depends on how to handle this particular zone. So this is another zone, another zone for us on the downtrend. This is another zone. If you check it, the price keep on coming down until it form another lower low, give us another higher high here, and you can see that this particular level have shown to us that we have a breaker will be at this particular zone. So we are looking for where our confirmation is going to be accurate. So on the price retreats back a little bit, then come back to that same level. So now at this particular level, we can see that the price break that particular breaker OB, it break it at this particular zone. So once it break it at this particular zone, then this will serve as our entry level. This will serve as our entry level. You can see this serve as our entry level, and don't worry, you are still going to make a lot of profit with that. And you can see it retraces back a little bit before keeping us on a downtrend. We have our first BMS and the second BMS. You can see that, and after having those things, you can going to see that the market is going to reverse on a high speed on another direction to this. You can see that. So that is how this particular indicator works, and it works best. It works perfectly for all step index. You can see this is step index 300. I've explained how it works, and the same thing happened here. After our BMS1, BMS2, there's a pullback that you can see, a very long pullback that you can even which to take. You can see there's always a massive pullback. I've already shown you guys a lot of sample of it. There's a lot of pullback in the market, like what you see here. You can see after we have our BMS1, BMS2, there's a crash down. There's always a crash down. So you can decide to be taking your small taking daily profit, or you wait for this particular pullback to always appear on your trade. So thanks guys, see you guys in our next video. And also don't forget to get this indicator, just join my Telegram group and you are going to get access to me. Thanks guys.